Have you ever stopped to ask yourself whether traveling after the age of 70 is still a good idea? On the surface, the thought of exploring new destinations, experiencing different cultures, and finally checking off those long-awaited bucket list adventures feels exciting. After all, retirement often gives people the freedom of time they never had before. But here's the hidden truth: along with excitement, there are also very real risks that many seniors overlook until they're directly confronted by them. As we grow older, both our bodies and minds undergo changes that can make traveling far more exhausting, unpredictable, and in some cases, dangerous. The challenge is that while many seniors assume they can keep up with the same pace they had in their younger years, reality often proves otherwise. A trip that seems like a dream in planning can, in execution, quickly become a stressful, even life-threatening, ordeal if precautions aren't taken seriously. That's why in this video, we'll explore 5 important reasons why traveling past 70 requires much greater caution. These reasons range from unexpected health emergencies to the hidden financial pitfalls that can quietly drain a lifetime of savings. Each section will give you deeper insight into the unique obstacles seniors face while traveling, and more importantly, how you can prepare for them. Stay with me until the very end, because the final point on our list is one that most seniors never consider, yet it remains one of the leading causes of stress, loss, and regret while abroad. Now, let's dive into reason number 1. 1. Increased health risks and medical emergencies. When it comes to traveling after 70, health should always be the first consideration. The reality is that as we age, the body becomes less predictable. What may seem like a small issue at home can quickly escalate into a major problem thousands of miles away. Conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, and heart disease become more common with age. While at home you might have quick access to your doctor, local hospital, or familiar pharmacy, the same isn't true when you're traveling. Being far from your medical team makes even minor issues potentially dangerous. For instance, long flights increase the risk of blood clots, a condition known as deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Seniors are particularly vulnerable, especially if they already have circulation issues. High altitudes on planes or in mountainous destinations can strain the lungs and heart. Even something as seemingly harmless as a warmer climate can trigger heat exhaustion or dehydration that affects older bodies far more severely than younger ones. To understand how serious this can get, let's look at a real example. James, a 74-year-old retiree, decided to celebrate his anniversary with his wife on a 2-week cruise. He thought cruising would be safe because it required little walking and seemed low stress. But by the 4th day, he developed severe chest pains. The onboard medical team could only provide limited care. Since the ship was in open waters, it took hours before he was evacuated to a hospital. Fortunately, James survived, but he later admitted that he underestimated the risk. What was supposed to be a celebration turned into a terrifying ordeal. Another critical issue is health insurance. Many seniors assume their existing coverage applies overseas, only to discover too late that it doesn't. Without proper travel insurance, emergency surgeries, ambulance rides, and hospital stays can result in tens of thousands of dollars in bills. Some seniors have even had to drain their savings or take out loans just to cover unexpected care abroad. So what's the solution? Always get a complete health checkup before traveling. Discuss your specific destination with your doctor. Climates, altitudes, and even food differences matter. Pack all essential medications in carry-on bags and keep extra supplies. Most importantly, invest in comprehensive travel insurance that covers emergencies, hospital stays, and medical evacuations. Because when it comes to health, 1 ounce of preparation truly is worth more than a pound of cure. 2. Increased exposure to infections and contaminants. One of the most underestimated dangers of travel after 70 is the higher risk of infections. Think about the journey itself: airports full of travelers from all over the world, crowded airplanes where people sit shoulder to shoulder breathing recycled air for hours, public transportation that hundreds use daily, and restaurants with food prepared in unfamiliar ways. All of these are environments where viruses and bacteria thrive. For a younger person, a cold or stomach bug might just mean a few uncomfortable days. But for seniors, such infections can escalate into pneumonia, dehydration, or serious complications. The immune system naturally weakens with age, making it harder to fight off new or aggressive strains of viruses. Respiratory illnesses are especially concerning. Studies show that older adults are far more likely to develop complications from common colds, the flu, or pneumonia, particularly when exposed to new strains abroad. Food and water also pose challenges. What seems safe to locals may not be safe for visitors. Something as simple as drinking untreated tap water, eating raw vegetables washed in that water, or trying exotic dishes with unfamiliar spices can lead to severe digestive issues. Foodborne illnesses like norovirus, salmonella, or E. coli may leave younger people uncomfortable, but for seniors they can mean hospital stays, dangerous dehydration, and long recovery times. Even surfaces are risky. Door handles, hotel remotes, airplane tray tables, and public bathrooms carry bacteria. Seniors using canes or walkers face additional exposure since they frequently touch surfaces for support. So how can older travelers protect themselves? Wear masks in crowded areas like airports or subways. Wash hands regularly and use sanitizer often. Stick to bottled or filtered water and avoid raw or undercooked foods in unfamiliar locations. Before traveling abroad, ask your doctor about necessary vaccines and carry medications for stomach or respiratory issues. Travel can still be enjoyable, but only when approached with vigilance and a focus on prevention. 3. Travel fatigue and recovery challenges. Travel may sound glamorous, but the physical strain of getting from one place to another is often underestimated. For seniors over 70, fatigue doesn't just mean feeling tired, it can directly impact health. Long flights, early check-ins, hours spent walking, heavy luggage, and time zone differences all take a toll. Unlike younger years, where one night of rest could reset energy levels, seniors often need several days, sometimes weeks, to recover. Jet lag is particularly brutal. Research shows that older adults take longer to adjust their internal clocks after long-distance travel. What this means is lingering exhaustion, lack of focus, and even higher risk of illness. Sleep disruption also weakens the immune system and can worsen existing conditions like high blood pressure or heart disease. Take the example of Richard, a 75-year-old who loved exploring new places. After retiring, he and his wife booked a European vacation. The long flight, crowded airport, and 6-hour time difference left him drained before the trip had even started. On tours, he struggled to walk long distances and constantly needed breaks. By the time his body began adjusting, it was almost time to return home. Instead of feeling refreshed, Richard spent weeks recovering from sheer exhaustion. Physical strain adds to the challenge. Hours of sitting on planes or trains lead to stiff muscles, swollen joints, and increased risk of clots. For seniors with arthritis, even simple sightseeing can turn painful. Add poor hydration and unfamiliar food, and it becomes clear why many older adults feel worse after traveling instead of rejuvenated. Solutions: avoid overpacked schedules. Build rest days into your itinerary. Break long flights into shorter segments with layovers to stretch and move. Carry healthy snacks, drink water often, and don't hesitate to nap. Most importantly, know your limits and plan accordingly. Because a trip that leaves you drained for weeks afterward defeats the purpose of traveling in the first place. 4. Higher risk of falls and injuries. Perhaps the most dangerous risk seniors face is falling. Balance naturally weakens with age, reflexes slow, and bones become more fragile. What might be a harmless stumble at home can result in broken bones or long-term disability abroad. Travel environments increase this danger. Historic sites with uneven cobblestones, dimly lit staircases, slippery cruise ship decks, and hotels with poor accessibility all make falls more likely. Consider Linda, 78. She was active, walked daily, and felt confident about her trip to Italy. But while navigating a narrow street at night, she tripped stepping off a curb and broke her hip. Surgery followed, and her dream trip ended abruptly. Worse, recovery took months, and her mobility was never quite the same. Another risk factor is fatigue. Long days, missed meals, and jet lag impair balance and reaction time. For seniors with arthritis or joint pain, long walks in airports or tourist sites create swelling and instability, increasing the likelihood of accidents. To reduce risks, prioritize destinations with good accessibility. Always wear supportive, non-slip shoes. Use walking sticks or canes when needed, there's no shame in safety. Schedule plenty of breaks to avoid exhaustion. A fall can change life forever. Protecting mobility and independence should always come before travel goals. 5. Travel insurance and financial risks. The final, and often overlooked, danger isn't health-related, it's financial. Many seniors underestimate how expensive travel mishaps can become. Without proper coverage, one emergency can devastate retirement savings. Healthcare abroad is rarely covered by domestic insurance. A hospital visit or surgery can cost thousands, while emergency evacuations can run into tens of thousands. Trip cancellations pose another challenge. Seniors often book vacations months in advance, but sudden health changes can make traveling impossible. Unfortunately, airlines, cruises, and hotels are notorious for strict no-refund policies. Without trip insurance, cancelled plans often mean thousands lost. Then there are scams. Seniors are frequent targets, whether through overpriced taxis, fake vacation rentals, or fraudulent tours. George, 76, learned this painfully. After carefully saving, he booked a tropical vacation online. When he arrived, the hotel didn't even exist. His money was gone, and he had to scramble for new lodging at double the price. What should have been a relaxing holiday became a financial nightmare. To protect yourself, always verify whether your health insurance covers overseas treatment. Purchase travel insurance that covers medical care, trip cancellations, and evacuations. Book trips only through trusted, verified companies. Avoid deals that seem too good to be true, because they usually are. Keep money safe, use credit cards instead of large amounts of cash, and be cautious about sharing personal details. When it comes to finances, prevention is the only true safety net. Final thoughts. So, what have we learned? Traveling after 70 isn't impossible, but it carries unique risks. We've explored 5 of the most important. 1. Increased health emergencies. 2. Greater exposure to infections. 3. Travel fatigue and long recovery times. 4. Higher risk of falls and injuries. 5. Financial pitfalls and scams. Each of these has the potential to transform a joyful vacation into a stressful ordeal. Does this mean seniors should stop traveling entirely? Not necessarily. It simply means the approach must change. Choosing shorter, local trips, planning rest days, purchasing proper insurance, and being realistic about physical limits can make a world of difference. Travel should enhance life, not endanger it. The goal in our later years isn't just to add days to life, but to ensure those days are spent with health, independence, and peace of mind. So before you or a loved one books that ticket, ask the important questions: is my health stable enough? Do I have the right insurance? Is the destination safe and accessible for my needs? These questions may not sound glamorous, but answering them could save you untold stress, money, and even your health. Thank you for staying with us today. Share in the comments one lesson you learned and how you plan to apply it. Your experiences and insights help inspire others in our community. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.